Brant sucks. You have to get his weapon. He's almost impossible to build. Or at least that's what a lot of you dummies seem to still think. Despite all the videos, all the testing, all the showcases with many different Echo builds, many different weapons, you still seem to think that he's almost impossible to build. You have to get his weapon, otherwise he just sucks. So today we're going to take a video by the mathematical woo-wah goat Maigi, where she breaks down Brant with different sets and different weapons to let us know exactly what he brings to the table. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm feeling a little tired, a little crusty, but I still wanted to get this video out there because I think it's really important for those of you that still want to shit on Brant. And it's fine if you don't like Brant. It's fine if you think he looks like a fruity pirate. I mean, he kind of does. But in all reality, if you want to shit on the character, do it because of reasons that actually make sense. Don't go around just repeating what some creator said online that barely actually does testing, mathematical numbers, perfect rotations, or at least optimized rotations and all that good stuff. If you want the nitty gritty as to what these characters offer, what they bring to the table, optimized rotations, best echo sets, best weapons, look at the number crunchers. I know it might be a headache for some of us normal people, some of us mortals and smooth brains like me, but in all reality, these videos help a lot. They're really well made and they give you an insight as to what these characters can do in many different scenarios. So let's hop right in. Alright, so the title of the video is The Build Traps That Brant Players Are Falling Into. So let's see what she has to say.
Is running Overture a bait on Brant? His signature set, Tide-Breaking Courage, incentivizes players to build a whopping 250% ER to receive a buff.
Okay, so I just want to pause real quick. I know we just started, but I just want to tell y'all, Brant is very, very flexible when it comes to his builds. It really depends if you want to run him as a sub DPS, support, or main DPS. And at this point, you have a lot of different options when it comes to the echoes and the weapons. You really got to see if you're going to go for the max ER. You got to see if you're going to go for 250, if you're going to go for Tide-Breaking Courage or Molten Rift. So let's see what else he has to say.
When fulfilled, this set offers more total stats than others, while granting access to the Dragon of Dirge Echo, which has the highest value buff for Brant, giving 12% basic and fusion passively. However, Molten Rift is hardly behind in terms of damage, so is it wrong to tunnel on pursuing the set? 250 ER is a lot. Reaching this is no problem with his signature weapon, but on Overture, you need 3 substat rolls, and on Emerald of Genesis, you need a combination of a high weapon rank on top of 5 high rolls of ER.
Okay, so this is really good that she's pointing it out because right here, it's pretty much going into the different types of build, right? Trying to aim for that 250 ER if you don't even have Overture or his signature weapon is just a waste of time. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're rocking Emerald of Genesis, having to go for Tide-Breaking set and trying to aim for that 250 is going to be an absolute pain in the ass when it comes to building. And that's where Molten Rift really comes in. It's really, really good. And it still allows Brant to deal a ton of damage, do a lot of work. And it's just the way that you can build Brant with different weapons while still keeping him as a very, very good character. Now, a lot of people might think, well, if you don't get his signature, or if you don't run Overture, you're just wasting your time. But she's clearly showing us that you're actually not. Matter of fact, you don't even have to run Tide Breaking to actually have a good brand that does work.
Let's look at the expected DPS value in both a Brant Hypercarry and sub DPS team, as these have vastly different numbers in the value of ER, due to the Hypercarry team doing plenty of damage outside of the Liberation buff.
100%. Matter of fact, when I'm running my DPS, main DPS Brant, I actually run a build that has less ER, and I run a 3-cost fusion echo. It just allows him to have more damage, and even though I go down quite a bit from my ER, he still does amazing when it comes to everything the ER has to offer on the account, or on the character, I mean, and he still does a lot of damage, despite not having maxed ER stats.
Assuming a build with 3 ER substats, here's how various budget setups compare. Now, this is kind of embarrassing. If you have a Tide-Breaking Courage set that reaches 250% ER with Overture, breaking the buff effect with Emerald of Genesis is still a damage gain. As you would expect, this gain is much larger when using Molten Rift.
This is exactly what I was talking about, bro. A lot of people look at Tide and Overture as like, you have to go for this because you don't have a signature weapon. But you guys are clearly seeing here that you don't even need Overture or the Tide breaking set, meaning you don't even have to reach like absolute potential of ER to have a character that does amazing work. You don't even need to run this complex echo set that a lot of people seem to hate because of its high requirement to still have a really good Brant that does work as a main DPS and a sub DPS compared to some of the other options.
As you'll actually get some value from the set. However, the story is a bit different when using Brant as a support with a single forte rotation. Overture performs fairly decently here, but Emerald of Genesis with the scuffed Tide breaking set is still very close.
Very close, bro. We're talking about Emerald of Genesis, which is not even one of its best options according to most people when, you know, Brant was being talked about. It's very, very close to Overture and Tide for a sub DPS build. Think about that, guys.
And Molten Rift is still a better choice.
Yep.
This isn't to say that running the Tide breaking Overture combination is completely overshadowed. I mean, it totally is,
yeah.
But practically speaking, especially with Whimpering Wastes requiring 6 characters per stage, you can easily find yourself in a situation where you're lacking in swords. And the fact that a sub DPS Brant can get away with a 4-star energy regen weapon and a minimal damage loss is pretty nice.
That's the thing, bro. It's the fact that people that don't know, people that hear a lot of random people online will say, if you don't have his weapon, he just sucks. He's impossible to build. And it's fine if you say he's not as good with his signature weapon. That's absolutely fine, as it is true. But saying that he just sucks, it's a little bit weird. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit off. You can still build him and do amazing work with these weapons. A 4-star, a standard banner 5-star that we can pretty much get. Everybody has it at this point. So I think Brant's a very good character and very, very free to play friendly, as he does have a lot of options while offering a lot of things and still being able to perform really, really well.
I don't know about you guys, but I still have only one Emerald of Genesis to win
me too.
In terms of swords. I'm still trying to get a second one. Though, speaking of swords, I've seen a lot of people ask about the triple sword comp of Brant, Chun-Li, and Sanhua.
I was actually trying to run this for a little bit, just trying to deal a little bit of damage with Brant, trying to see how the rotation would feel. Just, it's very quick, and I got old man fingers, man, so I was having a little bit of a hard time, but it's very fun, very quick. It might not be the best. I still believe that Shorekeeper being on this team is still going to be much better. I also believe that, Carlotta, I think it is, does a little bit more damage with Brant, but Shang-Li Brant are still going to be amazing, and Shorekeeper is going to be amazing everywhere you put her.
Of course, this isn't going to perform as good as a comp with Shorekeeper, but I crunched the numbers anyway. In this comp, you'll need 20.1% ER on Chun-Li. Let's quickly look at the rotation. Start out with Chun-Li's skill, Liberation, and Forte, swapping out to Sanhua. Do her heavy attack to basic 4-5.
Oh, she's giving us the whole rotation for us skill issue players that don't really know what to do. She giving it a step by step, looking all nice over here. I think I'm blocking it. I'm blocking it with my camera, but I mean, I'll have the link to the video below. Overall, pretty damn cool to have the exact maximized rotation to deal as much damage as possible.
Use her skill, Liberation, and Detonate swap to Chun-Li, doing her True Sight Conquest and switching to Brant. Use 2 mid-air attacks and swap to Sanhua, tapping her Echo and outroing back to Brant. Dodge cancel Dragon of Dirge and uses Liberation. Do a charged basic 2 into basic 3-4, then uses Forte, swapping to Chun-Li after the anchor drops. Do Chun-Li's full hypercarry rotation here, with the True Sight charge, skill, Conquest, skill, and Conquest again. Follow up with her Forte, Liberation, and Forte again, switching out on the Nightmare Rider to Sanhua.
Damn.
From here, the loop repeats, except instead of doing Sanhua's heavy 4-5, leave a Chun-Li 2-3-4 in after Sanhua's intro.
That's a whole lot of explanation, bro. That's some advanced technology.
In terms of 2-minute DPS, this comp performs below the Brant Sanhua and Brant Chun-Li teams with Shorekeeper by roughly
Okay.
20%. However, it's still a more than viable team. Anyways.
Okay, hold on. Let's look at this, guys. So as I was telling y'all, from what I had seen, I haven't tried it myself. From what I saw online, Brand, Carlotta, and SK were dealing pretty good damage. Obviously, the comp that everybody wants to run is Brand, Shangli, and Shorekeeper. But I think it's still very viable. And the fact that you can still go Brand, Shangli, Sanhua, Brand, Sanhua, SK, you have a lot of options with this character, and these are the best or most optimized comps. There are a lot of other comps that people are running out there to just get value out of Brant, and overall he's a character that can fit in a lot of different teams with a lot of different units, even some units that might not give these type of numbers. You might have like 35k, 40k. You start going down when you not run the optimized units, but still he can work with a lot of these characters, and that's really freaking cool.
However, it's still a more than viable team. Anyways, I hope this mini follow-up video helped to explain some of the most frequently asked questions I've been seeing. See you guys next time! Bye-bye!
Hey bro, I just gotta say this regarding these type of videos, bro. At the end of the day, you can go ahead and watch these videos. You can go ahead and watch creators like myself. But in all reality, y'all, make up your own mind. Test the characters yourself. Don't go by what one creator says and make it the word of God. Well, Bobby Brown said this. Well, Billy Ray said this. Well, James Charles said this. Well, Logan Paul said it. Don't matter what all these creators says. Make up your own goddamn mind. Check videos like this that break things down. Watch videos on gameplay. Watch videos on gameplay from a free-to-play perspective, from a pay-to-win perspective, and anywhere in between to formulate what you guys think about the character. If you want to continue to hate on Brant, by all means continue to do so. But don't be ignorant, bro. Don't say things that are wrong. Yo, he's impossible to build if you don't get his weapon. He sucks if you don't have 280 energy regen. Like, y'all gotta make sense. Make it make sense. But hey, yo, shout out to Mikey. This was a great video. Like always, see the number crunching goat for Woowa. And I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, subscribe. Check out her channel in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.